So we are back up here at the lake house lot today that we cleared a couple weeks ago. You can see a little bit of the lake through the woods there. We got the basement pinned out. What I've got to do today is take out that first row of silt fence. We've actually got to cut the basement down lower to have a full walkout basement. So that's got to go down about 2 feet lower than where that pin is. We're going to slide it forward about 5 feet, try to get a little bit more depth because I've got to dig. It's got to be almost from the front of the garage to the back of the basement, we're shooting for about 11 feet of depth, so they have pretty much a 10-foot ceiling when they're done. So I'm gonna have to cut out almost about 7.5 feet right here at that flag and waste all the dirt right in here where the garage, where the driveway is going to be, and then we'll have to haul off the rest of the dirt. But for right now, I got to go in here and take up that first row of silt fence, move some of that rock, and then I'll paint out the basement and start digging. So I'm out here now. We got the rocks moved and this dirt and junk, we're hauling it off, the crappier stuff. I've laid out the house basement. We ended up sliding it up the hill 5 more feet to gain a little bit more room in the backyard and to kind of help with our grade. So the garage is 25 feet from that corner up the hill. So what I've done is, since all that has to be the same grade, I came up here to where that is, which is right there where that circle is. I've got my grade, which is 6 feet. Now the basement has to be 11 feet deep. So what I've got to do is go down here, set this on 17 feet, and that will be the grade that I start digging at. So pretty much it's going to start right here. I think it was about a 7.5 feet cut right here. I'll start taking this dirt and we'll fill this in to kind of make a level pad in front of the garage. So this will come up around 3 to 4 feet right here, and daylight out to nothing back here because it's going to be a walkout basement. I'll just kind of have to pull some of that dirt back and stockpile it up there, obviously, because I can't make a sheer wall out of fresh dirt, but I'll put as much as I can there. So let me set this grade rod on 17 feet and then I'll know where to start digging at. I'm gonna go ahead and start over here and cut that side, lay all the dirt over here, and start working my way across this basement. So this is how deceiving everything is. I got this right here at 17 feet, which from pretty much just left of the bucket up there was 6 feet. So there is 11 feet of elevation change from the machine to right here. So it's always deceiving. People are like, oh, it's only like 5 or 6 feet. Next thing you know, you've got 11 feet of fill to be able to make a level pad here. So I'm gonna come down here and straddle this line with the excavator, go ahead and cut my straight wall. What I did a 2-foot offset on all the pins that were in the basement. So I'll give them about 2 feet. I'll probably cut a little bit past the line, give them 2.5 feet of room to be able to come in here and set the wall up. That way they don't have so much to backfill. As you can tell, it's only 10 feet from the property line to the house. So not a lot of extra room to work here, and let's get to digging. So pretty much it's going to daylight out right here across to that rock, and then I'll just come in level all the way back to that front wall. Let's get started on digging the basement. So what I like to do is obviously always sit level best you can. Get a nice straight wall when you do that. If you're tilted, you'll end up undercutting or overcutting there. I'm going to notch this out just a little bit, put it right here so my track has a little something more to sit on. Comes out to this rock right here. I'm going to cut that back. Make sure I'm not going to hit the fence. I am going to hit the fence. got to slide over a little bit. Which is not what I want to do, because now it's going to be hard to dig a straight wall, but can't be swinging into the trees and the silk fence. We're good now. So what I do is normally I just kind of pull my grade right here. I can kind of eyeball that, then I'll get out there and check it and see where everything's lining up at. I have a feeling we're going to have to haul off a bunch of dirt. I'm actually just going to dig this trench right here for the wall, and then I'll get over there and pull my grade off of that. That way I can kick my dirt out a little bit farther. I'll probably put maybe about 2 or 3 inches of taper on it. They've got to put gravel in here for under the concrete. I'll probably put a couple inches of taper on the slab so that until they get that done, any rain, as you can tell, everything's going to run directly down here, will run out the back. Let me hop down there and check grade and see how close I am. I feel like I need to cut it down a little bit more, but I like to play it safe until I get a feel for the grade. After I go load the dump. Grabbing what he can with the skid steer and taking it over there to where the driveway is going, where it needs to be filled in, and dumping that dirt there. I'll do is I'll cut this edge out, then I'll go over there and make another pass, and I can kind of use this dirt to kind of level myself up a little bit, because I'm leaning downhill and it's very difficult for me to pull a level grade when the machine's not sitting flat. bring my magnetic laser for the boom. That would make life a lot easier right now, but there's always tomorrow. That T-post, I'm about 6 inches from it. I guess I could cut the camera on. Can't get a good depth perception with these cameras. You can see it. It's about 6 inches. Couple more scoops. I'm gonna hop down there and check grade, and if it's good, back up, start digging some more. So I'm almost to that corner, and I've got to dig back here, and I've got about a 6-foot notch in the basement. So what I'm gonna do is, I've got that far side dug, all the dirt that I can wasted up here. I'm gonna straddle this line, go ahead and cut this corner in, stockpile that dirt, and then the rest of it's probably gonna have to be hauled off site. So I'm gonna get lined up right here and go ahead and cut this corner of the basement in. I'll probably pull it back to about my tracks right here, and then go down here and take that grade and continue it on across the back, and start getting that where I can load it into a dump truck. But you can just kind of see how it's called a daylight. It just daylights out into the back there. All right, let's go ahead and cut in the corner here. We'll just kind of pull the bucket across this right here. Kind of get my edge. It ain't perfect because it's kind of all rooty and messy, but we'll make it look decent. That way I can follow my lines right here. Started hitting a little bit of rock here in that corner, So that's going to get a little bit exciting. Everything I hit was diggable, but I'm a little worried because I didn't get into it once I started getting back this way, so I don't know what I'm going to run into as I start digging the basement out this way. So just have to wait and see. There, I run out of the red clay and get into that mess. But it's very difficult to dig. Take a while. Whittling away at this. It's not going to be a fast dig, but it'll be a steady one. Steady until I can't dig it no more, I guess. Wowzers. People ask why we don't do a lot of basements here, and this is why. It never fails. The one house it does work out good for is just pure like clay rock. Oh, I guess they're gonna have to hammer a footer in. It breaks up, my God. It does not dig. Get a hammer, I guess. Now I got to dig all this out. For all I know, it goes all the way up here. It wouldn't be hard to break out, but I ain't gonna sit here and rip the bucket off trying to dig this stuff. Well, we got the builder coming back out here to make a decision. Regardless, we're probably going to have to kick the house back a foot or two. We moved it up the hill 5 feet. Just because I can't cut my edges here now. That's why I'm trying to leave a trench. If you look right here, where I'm outside the trench, when I go to do it, all it does is just push the bucket away from the edge. I've got to leave that trench for the bucket to stay in. about it. Just make the best of what we got to work with. About as deep as I'm going to be able to cut it. Maybe once I move some of this out I can kind of get up under it, but not right there. So we found a place to take all the dirt to. While I got some good clean fill right here, what I want to do is haul 4 or 5 loads up to the front of the lot to use for backfill once the house is done, and that'll give me a little bit of stuff to do while he's gone, because there's really no need to keep digging that dirt and throwing it up on the hill just to load it back into a truck. Grade for the back of the basement cut down. It was about 5 inches high, so I'm cutting a little more out right here. Then I can work on trimming all that out with the skid steer while he's hauling that rock off, because it's about a 40-minute round trip, I think. I didn't really keep track, but I think I know where he's going, and that's about how long it takes to get there. Tailgate. So let's look at the mess I got up here in this corner. So I got beautiful red clay down here that anybody will take. Well, the dump site we're taking it to, not sure if he wants the... That's some nasty stuff up there. There is a rock claws, so we're covered if got to do some hammering. There's just... It took me about 20 minutes, 20, 25, almost 30 minutes to get that dug right there, and it's very hard to get a corner dug. I just don't know how farther it goes back up that way, because I got to cut all the way to that blue flag up there. The joys I might have to just scoot the house back a little bit if I can't get this corner dug out enough. I need to straighten that up a little bit more. It kind of tapers in. Only did a 2-foot over dig, so I need to work on that a little bit more. I'm gonna come up here. I loaded out a load of that better clay for him to haul off. I'm gonna find out if the dump site will take this stuff, and then if they do, I'll go ahead and work on digging this corner out and get rid of that junk, because I definitely don't want it for backfill. I'd rather have this cleaner material right here. So I hauled some dirt up front, open that up a little bit. I'm gonna grade that with the skid steer and get that on grade. And the plan now is to keep digging whatever we can dig out and get a hammer in here and bust it out to get it down to the correct grade. I don't think it's going to be too bad, but it's going to be about 2 or 3 feet in here, I think, that I just can't do anything with. So I'm just keep working on cut this out one more time and then get that, and then we'll just start pulling that corner back up and working our way out of here. Load out another load of dirt here. Just just kind of keep working on the dirt here this afternoon. So I'm taking this little section out right here in between where I started and the rock right here, and just kind of see how much more we get into. Pretty well fills it up. Oh, it's hard to see there, that sun glaring. Goes. We're gonna dump more up here now, I guess. So. Well, that's a wrap for today. Got about half the basement dug. Discovered our rock issue up here. We're just going to keep digging that out and then assess it and see what needs to be done. Probably just going to have to hammer that out. There's really not too many options right there on what can be done. I've dug about all I can. All right, be back in the morning to dig some more. John's gonna come back and get a load from right there.